Almost 60 years ago, Saint-Albain embarked on a new adventure in its long history. It found itself invaded by a fresh generation of young people, drawn to this old property by a pursuit of their own identity and a thirst for eternal values, in a society where a secular worldview had seriously impaired belief in a personal God. The chateau has often been termed a bridge between people from all kinds of backgrounds. Through the years, hundreds of young people, and people less young, have entered its gates, attracted by the hope that there is something more to life than what they were living. Being accepted at the chateau as persons of value, many went on to discover their true value in an encounter with God.
First came individuals with a vision to love France and the French in the name of God. They gave up family, country, time, money, and energy to bring God's love to a country who no longer knew what that looked like.
They loved people, loved on people. Lifelong friendships blossomed. Some found God in the process. God's word made its way to hands, homes, and hearts.
The result of these relationships were new communities who loved God and wanted to gather to learn more about Him. Local churches in Mâcon, Châlons, Le Creusot, Mont-Soleil-Mines, Dijon, and Lyon appeared on the map, leading more and more people to hear about God.
The chateau was also a safe gathering place for children and young people. Hospitality has been key to the chateau. No matter your background, you are welcome here.
Lives have been changed here. Engagements, weddings, baptisms. People have made life decisions here, and God has been present for all of them. Many people all over the world have heard about the chateau and have benefited from the work in one way or another.
Who would have thought that this medieval castle would have such an international reach?
For me, a special moment at the chateau is being able to open it to French friends or friends from the village, and then just being able to sit around and talk with them and just have some special time with them.
Favorite moment at the chateau for me were the little things. I remember doing things like hanging up laundry and looking down over the valley, the beautiful Saône Valley.
One of the favorite moments at the chateau for me was when my youngest son, Matthew, and his wife, Lise, got married there. It was a beautiful setting, beautiful day, and one that I will always cherish.
Je me souviens du Festival de la musique chrétienne au château en 1975 où le Seigneur m'a conduit à le servir en France.
L'un de mes meilleurs souvenirs du château vient du congrès de nos églises en 1986, où Thierry Julien et Denis Martin ont monté une comédie musicale. La course commence avec les jeunes de Châlons et de Mâcon. La comparaison entre la vie chrétienne et une course à pied qui demande du courage et de la persévérance m'a donné beaucoup de joie et du punch.
The Chateau de Saint-Albain is the place where I first responded to God's invitation to join Him in His work in France. It's a place where the iridescence of God's presence, not commonly seen in our natural world, causes many of us to stop in wonder, saying, "Surely the Lord is in this place."
The chateau helped us plant a church in Monceau, and now here in Paris-Monial, our point of light.
My favorite moment at the chateau was stepping on the chateau grounds for the first time in May 1976 as a short-term missionary. During that year, I began to discover the chateau walls that speak that I had read about.
Some of my most cherished memories were around teens who would come to work at the chateau, a lot of them from America. And especially early on, we would take all of our Wednesday days off and go down and help a team that had come from Findlay and other places in Ohio to build what we called the new building. Those were great times of working together.
A cherished memory for me is really as many memories of driving back to Dijon after an event at the chateau with a feeling of well-being that God was working in our midst, and that what we had just experienced at the Chateau was always part of a larger picture.
Tom Julian challenged us to serve Christ in France. I sat in tears on the Chateau wall where I gave up my small aspirations. In return, God gave Louise and me the immense privilege of serving Jesus, the King of Kings, here in La Belle France.
So many moments over the last 6 years have been very special to us, but one was when there was a gathering of about 70 young people here to worship, fellowship, serve, and even have baptisms in a cold January day.
I experienced the welcome of the Jones, John and Sherry, who welcomed Jessie, my daughter Eleanor, and myself at the Chateau the first time, and I'll just never forget it. And it really set the tone for the rest of our time as a team.
Late one evening, I came into the dining room to gather dishes, and I saw several careless workers huddled over their coffee cups, still savoring their home-cooked meal and building relationships, and I thought, this is the Chateau, and I can contribute to it.
For me, the Chateau has a special place in my heart because it was there that I learned a new language, a new culture, and a new way of even looking at the world. And of course, I met so many wonderful people. But I guess the Chateau will have a special place in my heart always because that's where I met this guy.
Without a doubt, the best time I had at the Chateau was when our kids were at camps, weekends, and I could see them just enjoy their relationship with other young brothers and sisters, friends, that really meant a lot over the years as they became themselves disciples of Christ.
A favorite moment at the Chateau for me is sitting in the petit salon in the evenings and playing games or just talking with friends late into the night.
The Chateau means a lot to me, and it's hard to put it in several words, but I would just say, most importantly, it was a time to reconnect with missionaries that we didn't always see on a regular basis, that would come for different things, and also for believers from the other churches. We were there to encourage and to edify each other.
It meant having an opportunity to sit down at meals with some really great French spiritual giants.
The foundation and life of ministry by showing me the power of a hospitality that is accepting and values each person, and the importance of bringing people together to form relationships around shared accommodations, interests, experiences, and meals.
A place where I could grow in the Lord. Actually, my first theological classes took place at the Chateau, so it is. It reminds me of training and the possibility to grow. The Chateau for me was a place where you could get a break and focus with others on a topic to study or on a just develop some fellowship.
The Chateau provided innumerable occasions to sit around and share and to listen to friends' faith stories and to sharpen, encourage, and pray for one another.
Wonderful people who came to spend time at the Chateau and wonderful people who came to help at the Chateau. Both were just such a privilege.
Also a great community and a lot of moments in community.
Place of welcome and connection with people and with God.
An avenue of discovery, seeing God at work in the lives of his people, including me.
It's been a place where so many people have grown closer to God in their faith or discovered faith. And to be a part of that place, which has been so key, so central in introducing people to faith, has been a real privilege.
Pour moi, le Château était le cadre formidable de multiples week-ends de jeunes et de jeunes adultes où ensemble nous avons pu grandir dans la foi.
It was a place that brought people together. Going to the Chateau always meant seeing people that I wouldn't otherwise get to see. It's also the place where my husband grew up, so it's going to always have significance in our family.
The Chateau is a place where Tom Julian's vision of a relational bridge has been played out in a beautiful setting. 3 words that describe the Chateau are
old,
tranquility,
beautiful,
otherworldly,
memories,
friendly,
home,
a gospel bridge,
faith,
and identity,
and work, lots of work.
Training.
A bulwark.
Encounters.
Hope.
Inspirational transcendent encounter.
La bonne cuisine des weavers.
Encouragement.
Special.
And a meeting place.
An adventure of a lifetime. It's been amazing.
We rejoice in the visible and present fruits here today and look forward to the great things God has in store for this region, this country, and this continent. This place and all the people who have given of their time, energy, and skills have made it possible for other good works to exist, grow, and carry out the love of God far beyond these beautiful stone walls.